Welcome back. We have Dr. Preety Desai joining us on the show today. It's great to have you back.
Pleasure.
Yeah, how was your Christmas and New Year's?
Fantastic.
Good.
Yes.
You were far away, weren't you?
I was in Costa Rica.
Fantastic.
With my family.
Good. Back to work for you now, though.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. We're talking today about antibiotics, of course, and the fact that never in the history of our time have we ever seen such an overprescribing of something.
Exactly, not only by physicians and dentists, but also the usage of antibiotics more so in the agricultural industry, beef, veal, chicken, etc. And that's caused such a widespread resistance now that Lancet has just produced an article saying in the last 2 months, 12 countries have identified the MCR1, which means the most resistant plasmid, which has DNA in it, is all genetically modified so that you're basically resistant to the most toxic antibiotic out there. So we are at our last straw right now. And this is actually a map of the world, obviously, and it shows how widespread antibiotic resistance is. And the #1 place, of course, is in China, where they use antibiotics tremendously in their food industry. So things imported from China we have to be very wary of because we're eating it and ingesting it and getting that resistance.
Wow.
And North America is not that far off. And of course, as I was mentioning, the agricultural industry is the worst for it. So much so that in 2017, in farming in Canada, the States, and Europe were stopping the usage of antibiotics, which is fantastic.
So has it stopped now, or it's
No, it's still going
on
on right now, except I guess organic foods.
Sure. Okay, what are some of the other boards? I know they're good talking points, so we can continue on. What are we looking at here?
So this is a very pretty picture of the MCR1 genetic mutation, which now has been identified, as I was mentioning, that can transfer resistance from bug to bug. Before it used to be just one bug became resistant to a particular antibiotic. Now these are tourist bugs that can be infecting each other, and widespread resistance. So much so that, for example, you and I, who have taken very few antibiotics, for example, we will be resistant just by being exposed, even though we've never even taken that antibiotic, because we've got bug-to-bug transfer, unfortunately.
That's crazy.
It's really sad. And even in Brazil, you're able to see people, the Amazon, who've never been exposed to any medicine, period, they have antibiotic resistance.
Wow.
From avian birds flying all over and transferring everything.
So it's very global.
It's very global, and it's kind of like the attack on global warming. We have to have a global approach to antibiotic treatment and therapy.
So what are the other options then?
Well, there is research now to show that pre- and probiotics, which is the seeding of positive, healthy bacteria for the animal industry or people, is going to fight the bad bacteria as opposed to using drugs to fight it. So there's lots of research in that right now. So if you have to take an antibiotic, take some probiotics with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is something that I want to believe that your GP is sort of resisting doing, but I think it's still pretty easy to walk in and get prescriptions for things.
And you know what, I have a little bias on that. My husband is a physician, and he ran Summit Medical for many, many years, and they're very busy, and especially in flu and cold season. And he'd like to take half an hour and educate people, but he doesn't have the time because there's a lineup out the door. So it is quite easy to hand it out just to placate the patient. And they come in demanding antibiotics, and lo and behold, that is the easiest answer. But if you are sick and you have a virus and a cold, wash your hands, stay at home, take time off work.
Exactly. And
taking antibiotics is not an easy fix anymore. There are serious side effects, because when you need an antibiotic, it won't work for you.
Okay, very good. It's good to think about. It's something we've all heard about a little bit, but I don't know if everyone understands the full ramifications of it at this point.
Yeah.
So thank you for being here today.
My pleasure.
Yeah, all right. If you are looking to get a hold of Dr. Desai, the information is on the screen at kamloopsperiodontist.com, as well the phone number 778-471-6001. We are back in 90 seconds. Stay with us.